Listening to new values received in the new observation framework, just like with the published variables, is currently not possible. You can listen to changes, but not to new values being received over time. But in this video, I'm going to go deep into exploring the problem and show you an elegant solution for it. Let's dive in. This problem will occur eventually if your code base is large enough and you have these special edge cases. We are going to take a look at what's going on, what's wrong with the current state of how we are listening to changes in the observation framework. And then we are going to show you how we are actually going to fix this. So what's the problem? Well, I'm going to show it to you the previous way with the published variables first. So let's just see. First of all, if you have a state variable right over here, so state private var is changed. Let's just set this to false. Okay, and then let's have a button over here with the title of tap me. And then we are just going to say is changed dot toggle. So we are just basically toggling that state variable. Now, the problem that we are going to have right over here is basically when we are listening to those changes. Well, not the problem just right now. We are going to get that into the video later on. But this is how we would listen to the changes. So onChangeOf, and then is changed. Old value, we don't care about the old value for this particular one, and we're going to print out the new value. So let me just build and run this. And as you might expect, when we are going to toggle the isChange state variable, it will just change the value from false to true, from true to false, and then the onChangeOf view modifier will be triggered and will just print out the new value, true, false in our case. So let's just wait for the simulator to load. I'm just going to move it right over here and make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's tap over here, true, because it's set to false by default. And if I tap once more, it will say false. Okay, that's fine, which is, really great. But what if this isn't actually a toggle? Tap me true. I'm going to add over here, true. And then I'm just going to duplicate this. And instead of, I just build and run once more, that's fine. So instead of setting the toggle, I'm just going to say true right over here, and then false equals false. Okay. Attending SwiftUI Camp offers a unique opportunity to master SwiftUI in just 4 weeks, providing a comprehensive and intensive learning experience. With expertly designed curriculum and personalized guidance, you will gain practical skills and in-depth knowledge essential for modern iOS app development. Whether you're a beginner or looking to refine your skills, SwiftUI Camp is the perfect gateway to becoming proficient in SwiftUI and advancing your app development career. The link is down in the description. Let's build and run and see what's going to happen right now. So I do know that isChange is false by default. So I would just say tap me true. And yeah, it's just changed to true. Then I will tap on tap me false. And of course, it's just going to tap on false. And I can just go on like this. Now, currently, it's set to false. Now, if I tap on me false again, you will see it's not getting triggered because we are listening only to changes on the isChanged state variable. If the same value is going to be given to the isChange state variable, the onChangeOf view modifier right over here will not be triggered. If we just tap on true, it will be triggered. And if we tap on true again and again and again, the view modifier will not be triggered. Now, there's a workaround for this, and that is the published variable. So let's do that. Let's create a view model right over here. A class, content view model. and that will be an observable object. And then let's have this as a published variable. Again, I'm just going to have the same naming conventions at published var isChanged equals false. False, there we go. And now to have access to this, of course, we're not going to use the state variable. We are going to create a state object at state object. There we go. Private var view model. View model equals our content view model. There we go. And now we can access it. So isChanged dot so view model dot isChanged and view model dot isChanged. So let's check out also the toggle first. So I'm just going to have just the tap me, and then I'm just going to toggle it, not setting it to true or false by default. Okay, so now we can remove the state variable. Therefore, we are not listening on change. We are going to have on receive, and kind of the name is telling. We are receiving, not listening to the changes, we are receiving. So on receive, view model dot is changed. And then we are going to have a new value right over here. And again, I'm just going to print out the new value. Let's see if we need to add any dollar signs right over here. I always kind of tend to forget the dollar sign. Yeah, there it is. So now we are listening to the changes. Well, whenever a new value is received on the published variable. So that's telling. And let's just build and run. And now we see that that problem will not be available. First of all, you see the false, because it's the default value, has been printed out because, you know, we have received it, even if it's the default starting value. Okay, so when I tap on the tap me button, it's just going to, yeah, as usual, true, false, that's fine. Now, let's just set it back to false. So it's false right over here. If I tap on true, tap me true, again, it's fine. Tap me false, fine. True, false, true, false. Okay, now let's try to tap. Currently it's false. Let's try to tap on the tap me false again. As you can see, now it's being triggered because we're not listening to changes like the false did not change. We are receiving new values. And the same goes for the true value. Of course, we just switch to true and then just tap again and again and again. The true value will be received. Therefore, we can make some action on it. That's the whole point. So that's kind of the cure of the onChange state variable issue. We have the onReceive, and that is on the published variable. Now, we have been introduced of the new value or the observation framework. And yeah, I like to move on to the observable macro. So instead of the let's basically refactor this. I'm going to copy it out and comment it out, and then let's refactor this. So first of all, we want to add observable and remove the observable object. We are no longer need to be having the published variable. It's just the variable isChanged. It's same. It's a bucket. We can drop the data over time onto it. And then instead of initializing it as a state object, let me just copy that out again and then paste it in there. We are going to initialize it as a state. And everything should be fine, right? So, of course, the onReceive will actually not work because this is no longer a published variable, but we can use the onChange, right? So, let's just see. First of all, it's not isChanged. We want to add viewModel.isChanged. There we go, viewModel.isChanged. And everything should be okay. We don't have any warnings. But again, as you will see in how we are doing this, it's still listening to changes. So tap me, true, tap me false, true, false, that's fine. Now if I tap on tap me true, it's just going to set it to true, tap me false, set it to false, as expected. But if I tap on false again, it's not going to trigger it. Just check out the true part also. You see, it's not triggering it. Again, because we are listening to changes, and we're just not changing the value. I want to replicate the same effect that we had with the published variable. I want to receive the new values, even if we did not change any values. Right over here on the published variable. The state, you can't just do that, but the published variable you can. Here we don't have a published variable, therefore we need to have a workaround on this. And here comes actually my library that I have prepared right over here, the SwiftUI Continuous Observation. So this is a handy library that takes care all of this problem. Go ahead, feel free to check out the source. What I will do is just add it as a Swift package. Let's just go right over here, change to our project, package dependencies, plus, and then let's paste it right over there. Add package. Current version is 1.2.0. Let's add a package. There we go. And now let's see the magic happen. So what I need to do is just import SwiftUI Continuous Observation. So we are continuously observing the values received on the observable classes properties. Yeah, basically that's a mouthful, but that's what it is. So now if you add if you imported that framework, you will have a new onChange. So onChange, and you see there are two new ones, onChangeOf and onChangeOf optional. And it's basically kind of the same as the onReceive in functionality, and in wording is like with the onChangeOf. So onChangeOf, and I'm going to say view model dot is changed. So I'm grabbing the observables variable, and then I'm going to get back the new value. And by the way, this completion is asynchronous. So right over here, we may add asynchronous code. It's just an extra, but now you know. We're just going to print out the new value right over here. So now let's build and run, and let's see how we are actually going to listen to the changes on that property. So tap me, that's fine. We have true. Oh, we are listening twice. So let me just remove this one. Yeah, as you can see, we had two trues, two falses. So tap me, true. Tap me, false. True, false. And you see, the first one was false, the initial value, it was printed already. Now, let's tap me true, true. Tap me false, false. Now, if I tap on false, we should get a false. There we go. It's nice. Let's switch to true so we can double check on that. We have that true over there. Now, also, we could just have an optional one. So maybe this is a Boolean of optional. Yeah, we don't have a default value for that. Therefore, we should use, and let me just remove this one. And then instead of onChangeOf, we want to have onChangeOf optional. Optional, there we go. Let's build and run. And now you can listen to these optional types of variables. So tap me true. You see, the first one was nil. Now it's true, false, and then true, false. And then let's just go for a bunch of false. False, 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 and then true, 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 true. So yeah, this is what it's solving. And if you did like this video, make sure to check out SwiftUI Camp. July, we are starting off where you can learn SwiftUI in 4 weeks. We are going to learn about the basics, navigation, Swift data, and all of your questions. A 50% link is down in the description.